Hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris, and today on Rock Metal Podcast, we have Archives. They have a new album called Decay, which will be released on December 10th. Right now, I'm being joined by Daryl and Stewart to share some more information about this stellar release, why things are decaying, nothing seems to be wrong in the world, and a few of the really cool, catchy song titles. Their blistering metal music video that they have with sounds like diatonic jazz chords. So, boys, welcome to the show.
Hi, how's your form?
How you doing? All right?
Oh, good.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, let's start off. Let's start small. Big, broad stroke. I got a brush the size of Kansas. We're going to go big. This album, Decay. What is this album about? What did you guys set out to produce with this record? And you could talk about anything. You could talk about the lyrics, the music, the production, how you guys went through 5 drummers before you got to this point.
No. Just the one. We stuck to the one.
You're better starting with the musical aspect.
Well, to be honest, I seem to go in. I have a studio about the back of the house, and I tend to mess around a lot, you know. But I ended up, it was sort of, I'd actually lost a friend, which actually kickstarted the album. I lost a friend last year, which was a hard time for me personally. Sent me into a pretty dark sort of phase, but I managed to sort of bounce back and sort of use that as my tool to start writing heavy music, you know.
Well, we only originally wrote four tracks.
Yeah.
Thinking about doing an EP, and we're just like, it's quite mature, this music.
Yeah.
Me and the Stuart's done a couple of projects before. We're like, let's
actually do something
album
we both want to do, yeah.
Yeah, just with COVID starting, we're like, right, let's channel.
Let's channel the energy and push it forward. But we both sort of, me and Daryl's been playing for a long time. What, the cost of 10, 15 years?
Yeah, together, like, so.
Different acts, different outfits, you know, and this seems to be the one that's really clicked for us, you know.
So it has, but the lyrical side, as far as I'm aware, it's more of a bean, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more of the front man, yeah. He can hit you a bit closer than that. Us guys just stick to the beats. And
he inspired more like life events, like Kurochi's about Japanese workers, working themselves to their death, etc., things like that. So general vibe, decaying, you know, just everything decaying around us, basically.
Yeah, that's
his vibe.
But you sort of see the words sort of coming, sort of everything's getting funky, all this look and sort of thing. You feel like it's getting a wee bit sort of pressurized, you know. And that's what the album's about. It's up and down. It's about this. It's about hard times, good times, and it's a good mix all around, you know.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want to say I enjoyed where you were headed when you were telling the story about losing a friend, because that's not an enjoyable experience. Condolences, but something that you mentioned was it led you into writing heavier music. So, but you also mentioned you guys have been working together for a good decade to a decade and a half.
Yeah.
So, I guess my basic question to that is, how did you take that as an inspiration to get into heavier music? Was that a bit of a process in itself? Yeah,
it was. It was like a process in itself. I found myself sort of sometimes in a wee bit of a rut and sort of struggling and stuff. But I'm always on the phone, like I click out a riff and be like, Daryl, what do you think of this? And it seems to be around that time. I just started getting ideas about this and doing this and flicking the distortion up to 12 and just jamming out some seriously beefy riffs, you know. And
what he said. You know, it's like back in the day.
A lot of aggression and stuff.
Yeah, just started with lighter music. And
we
just worked our way heavier. Would be the best way of putting it.
Yeah, we did, yeah. We started off light years ago and we sort of just progressed heavier, but yeah.
Because I'm trying to find the transition between Maroon 5 and where we are now.
Right, well, let's do that then. I started out playing black metal. So I went down the way, yeah.
Right.
Where news came from more like what's the word? A day to remember sort of vibe, and then we could put together. I was jamming with the band. What do you call it? Just trying. It was actually indie music. Was trying to branch out.
Yeah.
Put on the these guys. Seem more metal. Then the core vibe came about. Basically.
Yeah, something like that.
I think
two more fills though.
I think us guys' patterns seem to work. Patterns and breakdowns has always been something we're pretty good at, so we've just tended to stick to it. As we've went along.
A couple of tracks on the album worked out heavier than we expected. Kurochi sort of started off, well, from the word go, it was a nasty track, but then after that, it just kept going.
But there's a lot of melody in them.
There is, definitely, yeah.
Take it to listen to the album, there's a feel for everything,
We always like to have the balance. You don't want to go too much,
Overkill. That's right. Now, something that you mentioned was heavier than you guys had expected. Is that because the song took on like a life of its own? And then akin to that, I'm just going to ask a question. What is heavy?
Well, I don't like you to say that because I play drums.
You're laughing at me with this.
I've always played what you give me, man.
That's it. Well, what makes it heavy? Well, to me, it has to have that eerie sort of sound off it, Like for me, it's hitting the 12s and the 13s, and the sharp notes. That's the sharp notes. That gives it that eerie sort of heavy sort of sound. And then when I found out what the song was actually like Crochet and what it was about, Daryl managed to come in, throw about 1,000 double kicks into it, and then I sort of progressed from there. It got more aggressive when we found out what the song was actually about.
But it's got to hit you a punch to the face.
It does.
Whoa. Just like that. Stuart's favorite number is 12. You've mentioned 12 a few times now. That's cool. Should have put 12 songs on the album.
Don't go there. We wanted to do 14, but the rest of the bands somehow.
Some of the guys were like,
"Come down to 10." So there you go.
How are we supposed to release an EP in 4 months if we release the songs now? We have to write more, and then you start sweating because you have to work, and work is horrible. And
that man's a song machine. You are a song machine.
No. You only think that?
We'll have another album next year.
There are actually loads.
Rhythmically, from a drum perspective, is heavy something different?
Is heavy something different? Yeah, 100%. It's. I've tried other projects. It can be a lot of 4/4. See, anything metalcore, it's a lot of breakdowns and a lot of China. Oh, don't know. See, when you're over there, that's when the music happens. Yeah. That's when that's great.
From the right arm. When you move the right arm this way, then
some blast beats in there as well. It's just, yeah.
Well, like if you take Mapmaker, you're talking about rhythm. Mapmaker, when we hit that, we sort of hit that offbeat, but it literally took us an hour and a half maybe to try and get that. just to work out the rhythm of that
piece together in the studio. Yeah,
that was a few cross faces and a few sweaty times for all of us.
Now, I'm watching the music video for Mindfield. So everybody listening in, down below in the show notes, you got the band's Facebook. Is that the best place to reach you guys, by the way, is your Facebook?
Facebook, Instagram. I think we have a link tree on the Facebook as well. Yeah. Get to Spotify and various.
Should be all on there.
Ooh, if you have a link tree, I'd rather do that. I mean, friends don't let friends use Facebook. That's always my mantra. But, and they're supposed to rebrand themselves. It's probably by the time this episode airs, hopefully they'll just, they're gone. But I do see a link tree, so I'll send everybody to the link tree because I think link trees are probably one of the best things that's happened to the music industry since MySpace, and then it's just been a black vapid hole ever since then. Anyway, that's just my opinion about stuff. Cool. So the link tree down there, as well as a link to the music video Mindfield. And I'm watching the music video Mindfield right now, and take us through this music video. Kind of like a performance video, or is it a performance video? Yeah, it's a performance video, right?
Yeah, a dark performance video. A lot of what's going on.
So the producer,
the camera's going like this the whole time. I'm like, what do I do?
See, the guy that recorded our album, he actually offered to do that video. Mm-hmm. So he did. So it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. He's actually branched off into his own video production company now as well. So he's doing really well.
Via Mindfield. So yeah, it was just we just wanted to get something out there, didn't we?
We did. It was very last minute. We had literally just wrapped up and we're like, right, fuck, we need a video, for Mindfield. Let's get this done. It was done in a day. We done all right. I was dying of death. I had too much the night before. I was slightly hungover, so I was sweating a lot more than usual.
It was good. It was a great day. You know what?
But it was good. We got there in the end.
It was a great day. Oh, it was brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic.
But yeah, as you say, performance-based videos, so just go mad in the room.
I noticed as you're singing, though, Stuart, the microphone's poking you in the eye. I don't think you realize that you're actually singing below the microphone, and you're like, maybe it's like this. Like, take a step back, Stuart, and it's over here.
You know what it was? You see, I was probably seeing 3 or 4 microphones, and I was struggling not to fall off the earth as well. You know what I mean?
It's because you're full of so much emotion. Like, do.
Yeah, thanks for that. Was just 3 bell though.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
Cool. Sweet. All right. And I dig everything I'm hearing. I think, you mentioned quite a few different influences coming into this. I think what's interesting is it doesn't sound like black metal being tied with Ed Sheeran and Maroon 5. It totally, has its own thing. And I'm speculating from the guitar tone I'm hearing, maybe there's a bit of black metal influence because it kind of sounds sharp as nails a little bit.
There's one riff I've always in that particular song does have a black metal thing to it. But no, definitely nothing that you would listen to. So,
yeah.
But as the tone.
You guys are tuned down to, what is that, X or Y? X sharp?
We are down to G sharp.
G sharp. G's Louise sharp.
Yeah.
All right. We got the Adidas suit. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it, and then of course the singers, main singers in a hood because there's just too much emotion. You got to keep it in.
Got to keep it blanked.
Yep. He knows where the microphone is though, so that's important.
He was holding me up.
Yeah. This one's an interesting one, and maybe we've chatted about this briefly, but you'll have to excuse me. I don't remember at this moment, but Parma violence makes me think of like an aggressive Parmesan cheese. So. Were you guys you're eating like macaroni at the dinner table and you're like, look at the news and you're like, Parma violence.
Parma violence. Cheesy violence, basically.
Where is it?
It's like Parma violence, some sweets, always sort of reminded me of that too. But credit goes to our front man, Adam, for naming that one.
the guy in the hood and the hand tattoos.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Just trying to think that. Anyway.
I'm looking up a definition for Parma. Noun, Australian informal, a dish of chicken in breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumb metal.
Yeah. Breadcrumb metal. And then here comes the drop, and it's just going to be bread everywhere. Boom. And then a bunch of physically fit people with shirts that say carbs.
Carbs. The school carbs.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's also a city in Italy, obviously.
Parma.
Yeah.
Parma.
Who knew?
There you go.
The city was most probably founded and named by the Etruscans for a Parma or Palma circular shield. There's a Latin borrowing, as were many Roman terms. And then I get a ... I'm just going to fill that in with probably from Greek.
Yes, No, just put violence in.
Just put violence. Yeah.
Parma.
That where it comes from, the circular shield. You're like, bam, there we go.
Roman.
Cheesy violence. But that's where it stuck in my head. I'm a chef by trade, so I saw Parma and I thought, man, cheese, and then violence. I thought, cool. So take us through this track. What's going on? What's going on in Parma violence?
Parma violence was the last track that we recorded on the album. It's a riff that I had sort of pasted in the back of my head from a while back. We went for the sort of melodic sort of intro. Well, I call that melodic. Some people say it's not. It's a melodic chord progression.
Like 12s and 13s and
but we managed to just sort of keep it a bit of a balance. We didn't want to go too cheesy,
I was just pulling up what he said there. Sorry. No, I've just pulling up the singer said Adam Collins, the vocalist, he said him and his friend Kev contributed ideas while having a smoke on a beach, just a bit of fiction for Parma violence. So you have to pull up the lyrics to see what he means by that. Mm-hmm. It sounds a bit of a random song, really.
Okay, beautiful.
So,
sorry, maybe. Sweet, no worries. I'm also looking at the official band photo that was sent to me, and I don't know who the guy is who didn't get the memo to wear a black shirt, but... Did you mention the grey shirt? I think it's grey.
Right, that's our friend Saul, who's been playing with us for years. We all took bets on that he would not show up in a black shirt, and yet again, he did not, even though he was told to wear a black shirt. every single time.
Do you know what? Do you know what we're gonna do next time? It's gonna be like, right, if we're gonna wear like pink, it's gonna be wear blue, and there's maybe an off chance he will wear it. I think he just does it in badness to wind us up, you know.
We'll just colour it in next time.
You know, that's why he looks uncomfortable and the rest of you look pissed off. I know. He's like, just give me a microphone to the eye. Just do it.
Yeah, they just balance out in my face.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, boys. We chatted about the album Decay, out December 10th. By the time this episode airs, it may be around that time frame. So everybody listening in, if it is past December 10th, you just click that link tree down below. You go and you listen to that damn record because it's damn good. And then we've also got Mindfield music video down below.
Yeah.
We chatted about writing heavy music. What is heavy music? We chatted about filming music videos. Is there anything that I missed, boys? What's happening next?
Just going to say, we have another video dropping on the 3rd of December for the song Eulogy.
Eulogy, yeah.
Just before the album release. So keep an eye out for that. Video was fantastic.
Yeah, we done the video was done on the top of the OES Centre in the building in Belfast. It was done on the rooftop, so it's very, very bright. It's not like Mindfield. It's very bright, colourful. Yeah.
You'll enjoy that one.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Meanwhile, we're just plugging.
Good punchy tracks.
Plugging now, trying to promote Mindfield as much as possible and seeing where we get with it.
Okay, beautiful. All right, boys. Well, thank you so much for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast today.
Thanks, man. All the best.